But bayongcwaba lapho sebagubhile and everything. Wathi ngicela ukuthi nevali la nigubhe khona. I want you to bury my son right under that tree. The tree is front door.
Welcome to the Safe Space Chats podcast with Madam Speaker. My name is Perseverance Maremeni, also known as Madam Speaker, also known as the CEO of Self-Love. If you're joining for the first time, welcome to the family of healing, self-love and motivation. And if you're returning, thank you so much for the continuous love and support that you are showing me. We have a beautiful, guys, when I say beautiful, anyway, it's fine. Let me not bore you. You will see the guest for yourselves. Our guest is going to introduce herself and we're going to go straight into our episode of today.
Mpumi Solani from Kwatema.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm an author of a book From a Victim to Victor.
Okay.
HOD, Department of Sport, Art and Culture, Youth Kwatema.
Okay.
I'm a founder of Loving Hearts Youth Development, Kwatema. I'm a mother of 7.
Ha! You're blessed. Your womb is blessed, Mama.
Amen.
Yo. I cannot go beyond 2. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a mother of 7 because I wanted a girl. It was boy. Oh.
So did you eventually get a girl?
Yes.
Number 7?
Number 6 and 7.
Ha! So you got a girl and you even went back again to let me try again.
Yes, another one. But the last one, I didn't even know that I'm pregnant.
Oh, okay.
And until I find out that I was pregnant after my husband passed away.
Ha!
I just find out then, and it was a girl.
Sure. Okay, we're gonna go into the story of how your husband passed. Ne?
Yes.
I just don't want us to jump into that before we start from the beginning. You said that you're an author of a book from victim to victor.
Yes.
How did that come about?
I was not a writer by then, and I never thought of writing. But through my history, what I've been through, as a child, there was a time that came and it gave me that opportunity to write my story. And ngakhuliswa umama. We were staying in my grandmother's house, Kabo Mama. So I was 6 years with my sibling, my brother, he was 4 years. So I stayed with my grandmother. I didn't know my father. Up until now, I don't know my father. Okay. But what I heard is that he passed away. Okay. So I stayed there. And my mother introduced this man to us. I was happy to have a father for the first time because my uncles have their kids, and when they say "Baba, Baba," it feels somehow, and I was very happy. He was a father from 6 years, 7 years. When I turned 8 years, that's when the nightmare started. I remember my mother was the one who was working. He was not working, and he was staying Kapo Mama.
Okay.
Yes. So what happened, I was not feeling well. I ate carrots, so I was not feeling well. I told my mom, I don't know, babako uzokubeta. So it was fine because I didn't suspect anything. Anyway, everything was okay with me because I was a child. So, and he started preparing water and sunlight and participate, and I removed my clothes. Ready ukuthi azongibheda. So I had ukuthi kunento engenayo, but now it's not access spade and it's not going where spade mele singene khona. Okay. Yes. And it was so painful. I remember I tried to scream and then he grabbed me because he was behind me. And he grabbed me, used one of his hands to close my mouth because my grandmother was inside the kitchen. So the kitchen was a little bit far. So after that, he took me and he raped me. I've tried to scream, but he overpowered me because he was big. Adlali karate, and he was also playing boxing. So he overpowered me until he finished raping me. So fortunately, where the bed was, there was a window. And this window, the way it was opening, you just push it, it will stand like this. If it is closed, it will be like this. Yeah. But when you open it, it's like this. So there's a space down, there's a space up. So when he was busy cleaning himself, the blood was everywhere. I managed to jump out of the window and I fell down. So I tried to stand up so that I can run. I couldn't because my waist was loose. I crawled. I crawled until I entered the kitchen door. So my grandmother was in the kitchen. And she saw me coming in bleeding, and I was crying. And she asked me, what happened? Then I told her, Ubaba put his thing in me. And she said, "Shh, shh, shh, we don't talk about those things. Come, let me clean you." And she put me inside the dish, the bath, and wangeza. And it was so painful. So I was very quiet. I was a quiet child because even if I'm wounded, I will not cry. That's how I was. Even my mom told me that there was a time someone broke my hand. I was a few months. I didn't cry until they saw the hand swollen and green. They took me to hospital. They find out so that's how I was. And when my mom came back, I had my grandmother telling my mom. And my mom said, "Hey, Mama, please don't say that. That means I know him." Okay. It happened again and again and again. Until I asked my mom, after trying to commit suicide, I drank the first attempt. I drank a paraffin, 2 liters of paraffin. I drank it. But I drank about bleach. Like I wanted anything that will end my life. So fortunately, it didn't. So I asked my mom one day, "Mama," by then I was 12. "Mama, but when are you going to fight for me? Because really, this thing is hurting me. And now I don't even focus at school anymore. Because when I'm at school, sometimes it will happen, and in the morning I must go to school." He will leave my mom on the bed, come here, because we were sleeping on the floor, and rape me. So I asked my mom. My mom asked me a question, say, "So ufuna ngihlukane no baba wakasonto?" By then she had the third child. That man's firstborn. Athi ufuna ngihlukane no baba wasonto because of you. So at some point I thought I was the reason ukuthi umama no baba mi ba separate. Because when she mentioned ufuna ngihlukane no baba kasonto njengoba ngahlukana no babakho because of you. So in my mind this thing was, okay, maybe I was the reason for them to break up. I continued, went to school, and my class teacher saw me, no, something is wrong. And she asked me, "Mpumi, what's the problem?" And I told her, because I remember I was sleeping on the desk. I told her, "Ma'am, this is what's happening." From when? And I told her. So she took me to a social worker. She called my social workers. They came to school. They took me to a clinic at Davidton. By then, sugile Babsfontein said Davidton. Wangithatha bangimikisa a clinic at Davidton. And they confirmed that I've been raped several times. And then they wrote a case. But by then, I was not allowed to open a case because I was a minor, yes. So I went, I said my story, but no, we want to go and get your mom so that we can hear her story. Okay, by then, bengu standard 4. So we went home, and they told my mom, "This is what your daughter said, so we want to know, we are in Dabenjalo." And she denied it. She said, "She's a liar. Sekasile lo mntwana unamanga." So, okay, I used to take things light, mina. Okay, so if my mom protect her marriage, okay, then it's fine. Which means this is how I should live. Mele ngilale nalo baba njalo. Okay, bathi angeke sivule case ke bayidecline kanjalo case. Asangivulwe. Okay, it's fine. I went home, but I got tired. I remember I had a 20 rand and I was supposed to go to school. But no man, I used to hear that there's a place in Joburg, but Hillbro. But I'll rather go there and sell my boot and know that I'm doing it for money. I'm 13 years, standard 4. And that's how I stopped school. I took a train. Hamba ngafika ngahlika eDorrentfontein. Mangifika eDorrentfontein, I asked people ukuthi ngicela ukubuza iHillbrow ikuphi. Then they showed me, no, go straight, you'll find iHillbrow there. And I went. So as I was going, I saw a nightclub. Okay, let me go into this nightclub. And benginomzimba nje. So mangifika, I entered ngahlala phansi and I could see the ladies who are in business. I sat down because I don't know how to start. So someone was busy passing and she came to me and said, you've been here for too long. Why are you here? And who are you? And I told her, Gucci, my name is Mpumi. So I'm here for my sister. I'm here looking for my sister. And I told him, who is your sister? Now, I don't even know if the name that I will call that person is here. No, let me tell you the truth. I'm here ngifuna ukuthengisa umzimba. Athi why? And then ngimtshele. Athi no, I won't allow you to do that. You are very young. I will take you, ngiyohlala nawe. Sure. And she took me. Ngayohlala naye eflatini khona lapha eHillbrow. Yeah, beka right anemali and everything. So ngihleli naye for over 2 years until I saw ama magazine wama gays and lesbians. So I was busy reading those magazines. I wanted to know their life and bengibathanda ama gays. So uyangibona and she kept quiet until one day asked me, Mpumi, do you understand these people? Ngithi mina, yes, I understand. Athi uyabathanda? Ngithi yeah. Athi if one can come out nje angeke usabe. Ngithi no, I won't. Athi okay. Ahamba prepare dinner and come back. Sithi masala athi Mpumi, you said you understand these people. Ngithi mina yeah. Athi there's something that I want to tell you. Ngithi mina okay. Athi I'm one of them. Okay, you are one of them. Kanjani? Athi I'm gay. It's okay. We gay. What do you mean? Athi I'm a boy. Mina. Okay. Mina. When umuhle kangaka phela wona usisi. I was even calling him sisi. Ngithi usisi mosisi phela. Athi no, I'm a boy. I was abused mina nami ngimncane. I was raped by umalume was next door. And when I thought of telling my parents, something came to my mind. Ngithi mina yini leyo athi bengiyigwala. Every child was beating me, bullying me because I didn't know how to fight back. So whenever they beat me, when I ran back to my mom and report, they would beat me to go back and fight for myself. So when I was raped, I was afraid to tell them because of the pain that I felt when that man was doing what he was doing to me. So the pain was too much. I didn't report that case. And it kept on happening. I was afraid they will send me back to that man, not knowing that this thing is a crime. If I reported it, they were going to stop it. So I didn't know, Mina. So I fell in love with the guy. He was married with a white guy. So ngamthanda nje, still ngizambiza sisi, though angitshelile ukuthi he's a guy. Until, okay, my sons are 3 years staying together. He passed away, bamgwaza ePietermaritzburg. He was from Pietermaritzburg, bamgwaza, bamlahlela ku swimming pool. Ngishiye eflatini, so I saw a family ifika, bazothatha into zakhe. And I was asking what's happening. They told me, no, he passed away, bambulele. So siyamncwaba. So they took me with them to go and bury him, pay the last respect, which I did. I went and I came back. When I came back, his fiance paid me a rent for 1 year in that flat. He was a white guy and he went back to England. So I stayed there for 1 year. After a year, I'm not working. So I had to move. I don't have a place to go. I stayed on the street at High Point in Hillbrow. So I went, I got a passage, Nyana. I chose this passage that I will stay here rather than going back there and being raped out every day and no one is fighting for me. Like I'm a case or something. So I'll rather stay on the street. And I stayed on the street. I met the father of my firstborn. Okay, because love to me was very, very scarce. So he came to me and he told me that he loves me.
So during this whole time when you were staying on the streets, were you selling?
No, I'm not selling.
You were just staying on
I'm
the
just
streets?
staying, yes.
Okay.
I'm just staying. So he told me that he loves me. Okay, I fell in love with him. We slept and I became pregnant and yeah. But he introduced me to his family.
Okay.
So I went home. I told my mom ukuthi I'm pregnant. Athi hamba la bakuprekise khona.
So during the time when you were away, your mother never even bothered looking for you?
Even my family, they knew me as a naughty child. Umntwana osile. Okay, this thing, yeah, rape, what it did to me, ingenze ngathanda amadoda. Because I don't know how to put it, but yangenza by then ngathanda amadoda. Umuntu makathi ngiyakuthanda, I will jump. And the father of my firstborn was disappointed. I didn't even care because I'm used to rejection. I fell in love again. I gave birth to a boy.
Wait, the first time when you went home and you told them that you were pregnant for the first time,
Yes.
and they said go back to whoever that impregnated you.
Yes.
So you went back.
I went to his grandmother, and then his grandmother kept me for 2 days, 3 days. And the guy, I'm staying on the street. We told him into ifunayo, and he dumped me. So akangifuni. From there, I went back to the street. When the time of delivery came, I went back go because kabo mama manje mama mbika nendawo yakhe. My grandmother had her place. I went there, but my grandmother was not staying there. She was staying at work. Now, kunabo malume, my uncles are here. So when I went back to my grandmother, I'm pregnant. Mangilele ebusuku ngizofila nje ukuthi kunomuntu nanga uyangibamba nokugwaye. And one of my uncle wanted to do the same thing. And then I will jump, ngimemeze, abaleke, and ngilale. So nje, that thing yang affected. It affected my mentality. Ngamthola umntwana uthe makathi 2 months. Ngamthatha ngamnikisa kibo. I remember
his father's
to
side.
his father's house because they had a tuck shop, a big tuck shop, and beganga yenzela umntwana anything. So I was angry. I went there. I said, you know what? I'm not working. I don't have a place to stay. Umntana akanayo impahla, akanama napkins. Ngamfaka ngefester la tuck shop. Ngamfaka ngathatha umntwana akho, and then I left. Went back
To the streets.
to the street. Ngahlala. Another one came, Tanabsiana, 2 years, and tell me that he loves me. I loved him back. Wangiprekisa futhi. Sathanda thandana bekahlala ePretoria. Mina ngiseJoburg. So he was a policeman. Up until now, he's still a police, but big rank now. And then sithandana nje yena, he loved me because I will go and visit him and come back. I'll go and visit him. So
when you
I
visit
lied
him,
to him.
Or when you visit him, when you come back, are you coming back to the streets?
To the street, yes. Because angisho unentombi zakhe. So mangifikile ungifuna nje leso sikhathi leso, and then I must go back. So I lied. I told him that I went back home while I was not back home. I was still on the street. Okay. It happened until ngimthola right hand. Ntombazana senginomntwana lo. Amncane uNkululeko, my second son. And he got sick. I called him, called the police station. I told him, no, let umntwana sizomnikisa doctor. I went. When I went there, ngahlala police station, doctor was very close to the police station. Azange afike. So ngibona isikhathi mele ngijike. Around 5, I went to the house. And because he was staying in barracks, from barracks, we chose the house that he bought. Bought that house. And then I came back again. So when I went there, I knocked at the door. How? Okay, I'm coming. A voice of a lady. Oh, okay. She opened the door. Upholisa ukudla. Yabona ukuthi kunomntwana. And when I look at that child looked like my boy. Exactly. Oh, okay. Ngithi kunjani? Athi ngiyaphila. Ngithi, can I please see ubaba wala ekhaya? Are sithandwa khona umuntu okufunayo. The anger. I was so furious. I kept quiet. Athi he's in the bathroom. Athi okay. Yes, ngisaphuma emanzini. And because I knew the house, everything about the house, I went to the study room because the study room was next to the bathroom, in a toilet. So I think she thought ukuthi a toilet. I went to the study room. I knew where the gun ihlala kuphi. I opened the drawer. I took the gun because he was teaching me ukuthi spam mouse cleaner uyasichacha, and I knew how to put back the gun. Yes, all those things. I took the gun. When I checked, it was loaded. In my mind, I wanted to shoot him, shoot my child, and shoot myself, and end my life. I took the gun. As I was coming out, he was coming from the bathroom. So having a towel as cleaner, the head and the face. I just stopped him with a gun. So the lady was very wise. She jumped and wangshaya lana, and then ispamusa. Masiwa kanti siyadubula, but sadubula phezulu. Here kuna maphoyisa la ngaphandle azomlanda, is going on duty. So bezwe gunshot. Ngene bagijima. What's going on? Mabafika bayangithola bayangithola, and they know me. Bangibambe, Mpumi, please. Let's go out. Let's go outside. Siye ngaphandle sikhulume what happened. Ngibatshela ukuthi niyambona umntwana uyagula. Bekanelonda la umlomo. Niyambona umntwana uyagula. Umsuse eJoburg wathi ngize la. First of all, anginamali yokudla. I've been here the whole day, police station. Hungry. The child is sick. Anginamali yokubuyela emuva. Uhleli nomunye umuntu la. So I was very angry. And then they asked me, please, because after the gun fell, I took it back. They were asking for a gun. Please, Stella Ispam. Please give us the gun. And then they took him, they took the lady. They left me in the house. Because they were afraid that maybe I can do something to a lady. And that was not even in my mind about this lady. I felt sorry for her also. But I told them, I said, no, leave her. They said, no, we can't. And he went to work. And he left for 4 days. He came back with his parents. They came. And bakhuluma nami. Bangingathi ayangisenandaba naye vele ngisamfuni. Because I made up my mind, what's the use ukuthi ngimlandele? Bangangifuna ngangifuni. And I must accept that. And I accepted it.
Because very rejection you are used to.
Yes, I'm used to rejection. So it was fine. I didn't fight. I said, okay, it's fine. And I'm sorry for what happened. But I was angry because you kept me waiting for you. Then and he took me to the doctor, because we have medical aid. He took me, we went to the doctor, and then they gave
Was it after the 4 days?
Yes, after the 4 days when he came with his parents. And then they also apologized. And then he took me to the doctor and asked me to stay behind. I said, no, I don't want. And then I went with my son. Okay, I took him now. I went back to the street with him. Okay, we stayed maybe 3 weeks on the street. So there was this church. Every day you'll hear them worshiping. Until I say, man, let me go to that church and see what's going on. I attended the service. It was Sunday. I went, and after the service, one lady called me and asked me, where do you stay? And I told him, I said, no, come and stay here in the church with us. We don't have a place to stay. We are staying in the church. So please come, especially for the sake of your
child.
And then that's how I moved and stayed in the church. So every day, whenever I clean the church, whatever that I do, I will pray to God, God, give me a husband that will love me. We were staying with more than 50 Nigerians in this church, but none of them took advantage. So I respected these people. I respected them because now I compared them to South Africans who hurt me.
Sure.
I said to myself, which means South Africans are very wicked. South Africans, they don't have a heart. These are the good people because none of them is taking advantage, even for them to come and say, hey, we love you. Or none of them. One will go out, bring soap, bring food for my son. One will go out, bring clothes. You know, the way. So I enjoyed staying with them until God blessed me with my husband. My husband was a Nigerian, but he was not a member of this church.
Okay.
He used to stand on the street on a public phone and he was selling sweets. So the first time when he saw me, as I was passing, he gave me a box of matches. So he grabbed my hand and gave me this box. And I looked at this box and I'm a phone number. I went to church. So this is the road. Whenever I come out of the church, maybe I want to go to spa. Wherever I want to go, I will pass him here. Every day when I pass, he will give me that box of matches. Until one day, he gave me that box of matches. When I opened it, it had 50 rand. And the number, I kept it. I kept it. I said, okay, now he's talking.
Now we're talking money. Now.
Now he's talking.
Yeah.
So after some days, I decided to call him. I called him and say, I love you. So in my mind, I have this thing that, okay, I'm a Nigerian, they marry you for citizenship. Then I heard good, they're paying good money.
For the citizenship.
I will marry him. He must give me the money. And I will start a business. I even thought of a business that I want to start and everything. So he said to me, please, come and see me. I went where he was selling. We started talking. I love you. I want to marry you. I want to make you my wife. I'm not even interested of being someone's wife. Nothing else. Okay, so are you going to marry me? Yeah. Please, I don't want you to be staying here in the church. Can you please come and stay with me? You have not paid my lobola or something. But because I was frustrated, and in a shower, it was not easy. No, let me go for a comfortable place. I went. I stayed with him. And after 3-4 weeks, Achi gave me, I want to pay your lobola. I'm like, what? But I heard they just marry you and give you money. And that's it. How do you arrange lobola here in South Africa? In jail. I don't even think that he will do it.
To do it, yeah.
I'm just telling him everything. I said, okay. After some days, Abuye, and he gave me the letter. Achi, read the letter. Oh, she would see Paligal. A date, and the date is next week. So next week, Thursday, I want you to go home. Give them the letter, and then tell them that we are coming. It's okay. Thursday, I'd go and prepare everything. If there's food needed, buy food, cook, drinks, and everything. I remember he gave me 6,000. And I went and I later. My mom, okay. Okay. Like they don't believe. So I went out to the shop. There was a Pick and Pay. I bought things. My mom and my grandmother, her mother, they are talking. My grandmother said, "Sizawubona ukuthi uzayenzeka lo yomshado. Sizayibona nje la." That thing ingethi ukuthi hayibo. Even my grandmother.
Because you thought she didn't have any...
Yes. So this is what they wish for me. Okay, it's fine. Friday, we are coming tomorrow. So my people will come early in the morning. Now yes, I want to come back with my wife. Oh, okay. And Bafiki. Anything. I went and asked someone very close, and that woman was helping me.
Everybody
With
else
the
was relaxed.
Yeah, they were relaxed because they don't believe. I woke up, I cooked, I did everything. They came and I told them, "Nah, how serious, bafikile?" Hey. And they started preparing themselves while people are waiting outside. But after sometimes they allow them to come in. And they did the arrangement, they did the lobola thing, they called me, he chose his wife, this is my wife. And we celebrated after that. He took me, he said, "I want to go with you. I want to go home with you." We went back to Joburg. So life was just good.
But were they happy now when you left home?
Yes, they were happy because I left them with money. They were happy now. Okay, we went back to Joburg. I told him, "Okay, now I want us to get married." Okay, I told them. My mom said, "I am engaged." Okay. And then who am I going to tell? I don't have any other person that I can tell. Okay, it's fine. We went. I took someone, my friend, to Tuzelo. She was my witness. Sashata, and we came back. I was pregnant now with our son. I told him, "Gutish, daughter, I'm pregnant." "Oh, you're pregnant?" "Yeah." "Okay. You know, I'm the only son in my family, and I was born with family, a royal family."
Okay, wait. Before we get there, during the time when you went home for the lobola and everything, was your stepfather still there?
Yes, he was still there. He was still there.
Okay.
So
And then you're saying that he says he's from a royal family and he's the only son?
yes, he was the only son, and he's from the royal family. So I told me, since you are pregnant, it's going to be easy for me to make a traditional wedding, take you to my family, because I told myself that I will marry you because I love you. Remember, I didn't tell him that I was raped. That is still my secret. Because I love you, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. So my family doesn't approve our marriage, but since you are pregnant, let me call them and tell them. He called them and tell them that, okay, since you don't want me to marry this woman, she's carrying my baby. So who must raise my baby? Another man or another woman, or both parents? So i-culture yabo nje umntanabo akakhuliswa omunye umuntu ngaphandle. Both parents must. So that's how they accepted me to be their daughter-in-law. Okay, everything went well. We had our boy, everything was fine, and then the problem started when I had a girl now. Ish. I was overprotective. There was a church, I used to be a member of Christian Family Church.
Okay, so after the boy, you had a girl.
No, I had another boy.
Okay.
Everything was
Okay,
was
with
fine.
the boys, you were not having any problems?
No, I was
Okay.
not having any problem. The problem started when I had a girl. I remember I went to church. We were preparing a Christmas party for orphans around Gauteng. So when we were preparing, I was the coordinator of the welfare department. I was always at church, and we were doing Christmas party for 3.5 orphans all over Gauteng. So we were doing it in Beulah Park, Mount Zion. So I went there. I left my husband with the kids and my girl. She was 7 months by then. So we were there at church. A bee yaluma umntwana. Which means it was down. I don't know when zagaleni, and yamluma, and she was crying. When he called me, he said, "The baby is crying." I don't know. In my mind, I saw him raping my child. Like I saw everything, like it was real. I just left everything. I went back home running. Figure I didn't do anything. I just took out nepium one. That was the first thing that came to my mind. Check umntwana, right? Why is she crying? Until ngibona ukuthi, oh, something imlumile. And then ngibuza, Mpumi, why? When if I'm left with this girl, you are always jumpy. What's going on? You don't trust me with my daughter. You know what? Let me tell this man the truth. If we are ngiyekela, it's fine. ngimtshele ngithi, you know what, there's something that I want to tell you. Because he was angry and I was busy ngimdoja. I said, you know what, let me tell him. Ngimtshele ngithi, I was raped mina ngina 8 years. By who? Ngithi by my stepfather. Like, he looked at me and he cried. He said, but why were you not telling me all this while? Ngithi mina, I was afraid that maybe you will leave me like these other men who left me. Because I was telling them the truth. So I think they left me because I told them that I was raped. I said, no, I can't do that. And that man, instead of him to judge me or something, he loved me. He loved me more than before. He supported me. I think you need counseling and stuff. We tried, because he was a lecturer in Pretoria Technical College. So everything was sorted out, but I was not healed until 2012, he got an accident. He left in the morning to work. So later in the afternoon, I was expecting him to come back. So I was busy calling him around 5, because I know by 3 he's in the house already. I was busy calling him, where are you? My phone is ring, no one is picking. You know, in my mind, you know, you think all those things.
The worst, yes.
So I slept until later I received a call with his phone. And I was very angry. Where are you? See the time now. The lady just says, calm down, sis. Calm down. Are you his wife? Whose wife? At the owner of the phone. Are you his wife? Because we were checking the phones and we saw that the last person he spoke to, it was my wife. So that's why we are using the same phone. What happened to my husband? That time, and there was a car accident. So, but people are in the hospital. No one is dead. So please, can you come to the Joburg hospital? It's okay, I'm coming. I went and he was there. But angalimalanga. He had a small scar here. And I looked at him, he was critical. I stayed there till late. I went back the following day. I came, he was better. And remember, he got the accident on the 4th of March. On the 8th of March, we have to travel to Nigeria. So he's in the hospital. The 6th, he's still in the hospital. And I'm going to Nigeria for the first time. He's been in South Africa for 10 years. So it was going to be his first time after 10 years going home. So I went on the 7th. I did my hair, did my nails. I bought things. We had our tickets, visa, and everything. So I went to hospital on the 7th. And I was with my mom. My mom came because he loved my mom. And my mom loved him. At the end of the day, she ended up loving him. So my mom was there and I was there. I just decided to take my kids. So they didn't allow them to go what. So I went. When I was there, he said to me, Mpumi, I miss my kids. But he doesn't want to look at me. If I come like this, he will turn. Well, whenever he talks to me, he will look the other side. Why is there anything wrong that I've done to you? And I started crying because I don't know what's going on. And remember, I don't know a person or shonai go to behave kanjani. Mama, why push? Ufuna mama. Ati mama, come hold my hands, please pray for me. Mama afika mbambi sandla makambambi sandla bhekile umama makhale. Now she's crying and uyangixosha. I became so confused. Guys, what's going on? But now he's fine because he's talking. All this while he was not talking. Now he's talking. To me, he was fine. I miss my kids. ngithi ngize nabo, but they don't allow them ukuthi beze. Athi no, take me to them. Ngitshele sister athi no, you can't take him to them. Bafaka abantwana sizobafaka imask ukuthi
Ama-infections
yes,
around
bangatholi an infection. Ngibafake eze ababambe abahage akhale. Athi kimi, Mpumi, don't worry, go home, my family will understand. So I don't know ukuthi what does he mean by saying that. Ngithi mina, okay, yes, we are going now, ama-ticket. I showed him ama-ticket and everything. Hayi masihamba angibiza athi Mpumi ngijike ngibuye kuye ngifike ngimi ngithi what, athi I love you. Athi go home, don't worry, Chukudi will take you home. Chukudi is his cousin. Athi Chukudi will take you home, don't worry. So mina in my mind I thought ukuthi Chukudi will take us to endlini. Kanti uChukudi uzosinikisa eNigeria. So mina nje kimi usasemnyama sithi masihamba ngithi kumama, mama, you remember 2 days ago I called you ngakutshela ukuthi mama angisakhona ukuthandaza. Whenever I pray, the prayer that comes to my heart ithi let the will of God be done. And I had a dream of my husband ashonile bamguke ngebox airport. Wena mama wathi kimi upholile uzoba right, and my mother cried. It's okay, it's fine, let's go. Athi awupholile, but she's crying. Athi awupholile, right. Ahamba mama mayikhaya ngihambe ngendlini. Mangifika endlini kufikele nje ubunye ubuthongo ngilale. When I woke up past 11 ebusuku, mangithatha ifone, I saw many missed calls. And ngilokhuzana ngithatha ifone, I called back. Ngiyabona ukuthi from hospital. I took the phone, I called back the hospital. This lady athi ish, I've been trying to call you. Ngithi mina yini, what happened? Athi ish. Ngithi sisi, don't tell me that my husband passed away. Athi sisi, we are sorry. Ngithi you are sorry, what do you mean? Athi your husband passed away. Ngithi okay, it's fine, I'm coming. Athi okay. Now I don't have a car sebusuku. Ngithatha ifone and I called my late husband's cousin. Mangimfonela angaphenduli. Kanti naye bathe mabatry mina zange bangithole, bafonela yena bamtshela. Now he's afraid ukuphendula ama calls wami, but he's on his way coming nabangani bakhe ukuthi beze bazongitshela. Hi, at the end ngithatha ifone ngim-SMS ngithi Chukudi, please pick my calls. I know that my husband passed away. Come and fetch me. I want to go to hospital. Kube khani angifonela. Athi okay, I'll be there in the next 5 minutes. It's okay. That 5 minutes afike vele angithathe. Ngishiya abantwana. Balele. Sihambe siye eJoburg Jane. Masifika singene. First thing ngiye la bekalele khona ngifuna ukubheka ngithola umbhede empty. Ngithi sister, iphi indoda yami, ngicela ukubona indoda yami. Athi sister, ayihlala phansi sisi kancane. Ngithi no, angifuni hlala phansi, ngifuna indoda yami kuphi. Athi okay, come, let's go. Athumela amanye amanesi ayi-2 ukuthi bahambe nami. Masifika abangamfaki emotuary. Basamvalile, afike ngizivulele yena. Ngimvula, yeah, he was just sleeping peacefully. I wanted to cry, but there was no tears. Nothing. Instead, I was angry at him. I looked at him, ngambamba, I shook him. But why? This is not what you promised me. You said we will raise this case together. Now you decided to go like that. Like I was bitter, I was angry towards him. I'm shaker and I hold him, I kissed him, thinking that maybe he can move or something. But he never moved. I just allowed him to lie there. I looked at him. I'm okay now. What's next? And the sister, take his clothes, you come and sign. So the people, the other Nigerians and his cousin, they are here, they are crying. And I want to cry, but no tears, nothing. For the first time in Bonomuto Shonil. Okay, I went, I took his things. I told his sister that I'm not coming tomorrow because I'm traveling to Nigeria. So I'm going to leave him. Yeah, I'm in Nigeria. So you are going alone with the kids? Because my money won't be refundable. Even if I change the date, I'm supposed to add more money, which we don't have. And now, ushonile, we must add imali for ukuthi ahambe. So I'm going. Sihambe, ngifonela mama, baba kaTutu has passed away. Okay, bakhale nge-drop calls. I-drop call ngihambe ngifike endlini. I can't sleep now. Abo 2 ekuseni. Took my shower. Uvusa abantwana bageze badle. Now they're asking, Mama, where is Daddy? Ngithi uzosithola e-airport uDaddy. Uzosithola e-airport bese siyahamba. Unjani? Oh, right manje. Ngithi, all right, Daddy. I want to cry. I can't. Sihambe. In the morning, Chukudi afike asithathe nabantwana. We went to airport. Sifike airport. Sibatshele masizobhoda babuze, where is another person? He passed away last night, so he's not going with us. And ushona nje, we did all our arrangement with the hospital. They will send the ambulance imthathe from Joburg Jen to airport. From airport, besibuke first class. At least uzohlala comfortable until some, because bekalimele, it was an internal bleeding. So we went there, we organized all that, but unfortunately he passed away. So I went to Nigeria. Okay, first thing in the plane. Okay, I'm going to Nigeria. I've never been there. Okay, those people, one of the sisters know me. Others, they don't know me. They know me from video calls, pictures and everything. Okay, how am I going to tell these people? What if they kill you, Mpumi? You know, many questions. But I told myself that if they kill me, it's fine. I will die with someone who showed me love. And plane yasuka. Mayisuka abantwana bazi, Mama, where is Daddy? Ngithi ukwenye ilo, bamfakela ukhona la uDaddy. Just ufike late. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know how to tell them. I cried. I screamed. We're playing the tears, everything. Now the reality comes out with, yeah, he's gone. And then he's when lakibo. And first of all, bebangafuni nokuthi angishadele umuntu. And now I'm going there. And I went. The plane landed.
Sure. So this is. There you go. This tissue there. Thank you. Can bring the whole box.
So the plane landed. I prayed. I said, God, you took me from South Africa. You brought me here. You allowed this situation to happen. So take over. Anginawo mina amandla to handle this thing. So only you. You trusted me with the situation. So please take over. Salenda. And masifika Murtala Mohammed Airport, I think they knew ukuthi kwenzakalani, because immediately mangifika they attended to me nabantwana, and yeah, I knew ukuthi, oh, which means they know already. So they attended to me until I saw them that side. They were waving at us. I went, now, yeah, I have to tell them. my husband passed away. But ngibe wise, God gave me wisdom not to tell them here at the airport. I must figure out, they are short, Amos, where is another person? Where is our brother? And the sad part is that they spoke to him on the 7th before he passed away. And they knew that, all right, he's healed, he's fine. So, where is our brother? Uzoza with the next plane ezosuka South Africa ngo-10. Landing in Nigeria ngo-2 hour plane. Ngithi mina uzoza nge-flight ezosuka South Africa ngo-10. I'm buying time to tell them. Ngithi so you can go and relax, which means mayisuke eSouth Africa ngo-10 izofika lana ngabo-6 ekuseni kusasa. Okay, no, it's fine. Sihambe masifike endlini ngithi it's hot, kuyashisa vele Nigeria. Ngithi it's hot here, can I please take my shower? Bangibonise ishower, ngene shower, ngikhale ngithi God, ngilana manje. So what? How am I going to tell these people? Because bamlindile. Ngikhale, ngivulela amanzi ngiyakhala. Hayi ngicede ngiphume mangiphuma bathi come and eat ngithi hayi ngidlile ku-plane. By then I'm lying, I didn't even eat anything ku-plane. I was just crying from South Africa to Nigeria. Ngigibele embhedeni. So as I was lying with my tummy on bed, I saw the door opening. My sister-in-law, she's a reverend sister. She opened the door just to check on me. And I know that she's the strongest in the family. If there's bad news or any news, they tell her. God, this is the chance. Auntie, can you please come and sit here? Hi, Eze. Auntie, what is it? With a smile. Auntie, there's something that I want to tell you. Auntie, okay. What is that? The tears just came out at me. Don't tell me that my brother passed away. Yes, your brother passed away. Afuna ukuscreama aphinde athule athi please wipe your tears. Ngisule inyembezi athi mabangakuboni ngali because we cannot break the news now. Let's call my uncle so that azoza yena njengobudala bakhe to break the news. Abafonele and they came because bahlala khona eLagos nabo. They came. They were sitting in a family, but they didn't tell them anything yet before seeing me. And then from there, they left them. They came to the room, and they were talking to me. So when his uncle asked me what happened, because Chukwudi called them already, the cousin, because I told him that when I reach Nigeria, I will let you know. Then you can tell your family, your father. So Angela Chukwudi told us, so please, don't worry. We will tell them. They went. I just heard them crying that side. I knew.
They told them.
They told them. And they came to me, the sisters, the two sisters. Yeah, why you didn't tell us? Why you didn't tell us that our brother is no more? You tried to call us last night. When we call you back, you didn't pick up. Auntie, I wanted to tell you, but I stopped because I was afraid maybe you might say something that will anger me and you decide I'm not coming to Nigeria. But I respected my husband. I want to put him where he was born. He will be buried in his land where he's coming from. So that's why I came. That's why I dropped the call. I didn't want to talk to you. Because I knew that you might say something that will offend me. And that won't be nice. Why did he die alone? Why you didn't die? You know, all those things. But I was not with him in the car accident. He was from work. I was at home. Remember that I'm a housewife. I was at home. Okay. Baba Kuze, and they left me. They went, so we had to arrange for
the funeral
and everything. So we arranged, we went to the village. Okay, before going to the village, while we were there preparing the flight tickets for us to go to the village, because from Lagos to the village, it's 14 to 15 hours drive. So with a plane, it's 2 hours. Yeah. So they were busy arranging, but they didn't rest. They were taking me to any prophet, any church, every night we will go for an all-night prayer. Because they were suspecting that maybe I killed him. Though they didn't tell me, they didn't say it to me, but the way they were doing, today we will go to this all-night prayer, because in Nigeria, they pray every day. There's all-night prayer every day. Because even when you are at the airport, when you go and they ask you, are you prayerful? If you are prayerful, please pray. This is Nigeria. Welcome to Nigeria. That's how they welcome you. There's too much witchcraft there. So that's why every night there's an all-night prayer. There's a service every day, every night. They don't rest. The Christians that side, they don't rest. So we were attending until my spirit said, these people, why are they taking me to different churches? And they're taking me to prophetic churches. Until they took me to a known church that side. We went, and the prophet, they told them that your brother should have been dead long ago, but because of this woman's prayers, that's why. That's why he was still alive. He would have been dead. So while we were there, they prayed for me, they prayed for my kids, for protection. We came back. And then the burial happened. The day before the burial happened, my father-in-law called me. He was old and he was very sick. He was very sick by then. They didn't tell him, Nguti, my husband passed away, because he was his only son. He called me, he used to call me my wife. I said, my wife? I said, Papa, I said, please call your mother, my mother-in-law. Then I called Mama, Mama came. And he said, please gather everyone. There's something that I want to talk to you. And she gathered everyone. And he asked me first, he said, my wife, why didn't you tell me that my son is no more in this world? I'm like, how did he know? Don't suspect each other. No one told me, but my son himself came on my sleep and told me that he's no more in this world. So I should just relax. So wherever you want to bury my son, because they went to a field, like but by and everything. I want you to bury my son right under that tree. The tree is a front door. Because every morning I sit here. So I want to see my son's grave when I'm there. And he was fine. He became healed. So we buried him. After burying him, the prophets and others, they came 1:00 a.m. They woke everyone. They said, it's time for prayer. There's no time to sleep. Everyone, including my father-in-law, my kids, we had to wake them up, and we were praying outside. So as they were praying, walking around, and one prophet catched something and said, there's something on the pillar. There's a pillar that does something. We need to dig and remove that thing. So when they were digging, they removed something, the black plastic. In that black plastic, and they made a head of a female, a head of a male. In the one with the male, they wrote my husband's name and the date that he will die. The female, they wrote the name of my sister-in-law and the date that he will die. Exactly those dates. That's how they died. My husband passed away on the 7th of March. My sister-in-law, the following Wednesday, passed away. She just fell and passed away. Yes.
So all of that is being done, the digging, is after she has already passed away?
Yes, after they both passed away. Yes. So he said to me, the prophet, he said to me, I know the family suspects that you killed your husband. So what I will advise you to do, you see these things, pray. God created a man with a soil. This is the same soil that you will cry to. You cry for the vengeance. Whoever killed your husband must also die. So I asked him, okay, how am I going to do that? He said, you will roll. Sand. There's a lot of sand in Nigeria. You will roll 20 times. You go that side, you come back, you go, you roll, you pray, you are praying. You are praying. Tell God what you want him to do to the person who killed your husband, because this is the hand of a human being. And I did that for the first time, experiencing that thing. I was rolling on the sand at night around 1 a.m., praying to God, crying to God, until it was 20. Then they took this thing, they said, burn them. I burned them. I burned those things. Everyone was praying. We burned those things, and then they buried them. After a burial, after a few days after the burial, the person came and confessed that he's the one who killed my husband.
Was it a family member?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. The father to the guy who was helping me all this while, Chukwudi's father, he's the one.
Ha.
Yes. He came, he confessed to the whole family. So, yeah, I stayed in Nigeria. I got sick.
So what happened to him after confessing?
No, he was sick. He got sick and he passed away.
Ha.
He got sick and he passed away.
For how long did you stay in Nigeria?
I stayed for 3 months.
Your ticket, that's how you had planned on staying there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So because of the visa was going to expire. Yes. So I stayed there. I got very sick. Then they took me to hospital. And the hospital, they found out that I was pregnant.
Ha.
And I didn't know. He didn't know. I didn't want the baby. I said, God, what am I going to do with a baby who doesn't have a father? I forgot that even these ones now, they don't have a father. But I kept the pregnancy. I came back to South Africa.
So when you left there, they knew that you were pregnant?
Yes, they knew, because they're the ones who took me to hospital. They knew that I was pregnant. So I came back and I went home, because now my stepfather, they say Ashonile.
Okay.
He passed away before my husband. He passed away 2010. And before he passed away, he was calling me. He wanted to see me, and I didn't go. I didn't go. So my mom said he wanted to apologize. I didn't go. So I came back. I stayed at home. I stayed at home with my mother and my siblings. Now things were...
Did you ever get to have a conversation with your mom about what happened to you?
Yes, I had it with her before she passed away, because she was sick. I remember I got a job in Volkrust, because I'm not educated, remember? Standard 4, and I can't get any job anywhere. It's either I start a business or something. So, I wash my tax at the taxi rank. I was washing my tax. So the doctor called me, because she was in the hospital. The doctor called me and told me, hey, we cannot afford to keep your mother here in the hospital, because this is not a cancer hospital. She had a cancer. So it's either we take her to, hospice, or you take her. Let me take care of my mom. Though I was angry with her, but she was still my mom. That love was still here. Because I was wondering, what happened? What made her not to help me, to fight this man? Okay, we went. I left the job. I came back home. I stayed with her. I was taking care of her. So the day before she passed away, she called me, because her mother came to visit her. I went to sleep in another room, because I was sleeping with her on the same bed. So I went to sleep in another room, and she called me, so I could hear her voice. No, Pumelelo. And I went. Athi kimi, please put your head on my lap. And I put my head on her laps. And she put her head on my back. And she grabbed me. She started crying. I'm so sorry. I love you. You know, for the first time hearing my mom at Tanda, and something in me, deep in my being, believed her that she loves me. I had no doubt when she said she loves me. I felt that this woman, she really loved me. Because I took the love of God. I said, God, in every chapter of the Bible, God says he loves me. But God allowed that man to rape me for all these years. God allowed me to stay on the street for years. God allowed all the pains to fall on me, which means this woman really loved me.
Yeah.
So I forgave my mom. And that day I told her, Mama, I love you too. So in the morning she became more sick. So I took her to hospital. When I took her to hospital, the doctors told me that we are losing your mother. She can't make it. So just go home, go and prepare for her burial. And then I went back to her, I saw her. So she was telling me, she said, I'm she. If you leave me, I'm going to die. Die, Mama, you won't die. I said, okay, please pray for me. We prayed. After praying, I told her, no, let me go and sit that side. So let me go and sit that side. So I went and I'm daughter. And then she passed away. But what made me happy is that before she passed away, she asked for forgiveness. And I forgave her. And then, life moved on. I stayed. My life was just miserable because the person who loved me now passed away, my husband. Now I don't have a place to stay. My life is just a mess.
Back to square one.
Back to square one. So I remember speaking to one guy at the clinic. When a man high blood pressure yako ayehli, what's happening? And then I told her, but you don't need counseling. I need it, but I don't know where. Do you know a church Oasis of Life in Davidson? No, yes. Please let me give you direction. Go there. Ask for Mr. Tabuti. He's the one who does counseling. I did that. Figure Oasis of Life. I spoke to them. They gave me Mr. Tabuti, and I will go there for counseling. Because I had no place to stay. I had no stable place to stay. So they gave me a place to stay there in Oasis of Life. I stayed there. I started serving at church.
Where were your kids during this time?
No, they are in Nigeria.
Oh, you left them there?
Yes, I left them in Nigeria. So now I'm alone, and now I have to start something for myself, take care of myself first because my kids are sorted. So I did the counseling, Mangen's counseling, and then one day now we are going to a book. One day I remember Mama Stole, the wife to Apostle Isaac Stole. It was I think a book launch and her birthday, something like that. So I met this beautiful lady who was just sitting there alone. I went and we started speaking. And Masekanjo, after everything, Ambuza, which side are you going? No, I'm going to Sunward Park. So I said, no, let's go. And I entered in her car. We started talking. I don't even know how we started. And then I told her my story, that this is what I've been through. This is what I've been going through. So, woman of God, don't you want to write a book about your story? The book. I don't have money. And I don't know how to start. I can do that for you. Can you? Yes. I will write the book for you. We will see what to see. And then that's how we started. She will call me and ask me some questions about my life, and I will give her. Sometimes she will invite me to her house. I will come, do interviews. We started gradually asking questions, and I will answer her gradually. The people you want to dedicate the book to, everything, step by step. We did it. And she told me, said, we are done with your book. We are done with my book. Say, yes, we need a name, we need a cover. And I came with names. She came with the names. Said, no. You remember, you are a victor. You were a victim. Now you are a victor. Why don't you say from a victim to victor? And I fell in love with the name. I said, no, let it be. Let it be. So that's how
the book came about.
Yes, the book came about. And we chose a cover. And she said, the book is done. Now
Do you have the book with you? You don't have it?
We don't have.
Okay.
And
hopefully before we air this episode, you would have sent us something, ne?
Yeah.
So that we have it there also on the episode. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, we were done. Launch book. We need money. There's no money. Actually, we will do it. And I looked for in now at Davidson. I got a place, a church. We launched the book, and the book launch was successful. It was beautiful. We launched that book. People came, and it was raining. So that it was a blessing. Yeah. And so I thank God, Guti. I came with her. She's the one sitting there.
Oh, she's the one.
Yes.
So you are the plug. You're gonna help me also, ne?
Sister Dibutili, she's a founder of September Publishing Company. Okay. She does. Yeah, she's a woman of many talents. She will tell you more about herself. So that's how we became friends with her. We launched the book. I think it was 2021, 16. 2021, yes. We launched the book. So our relationship started to be that strong. Yeah. Until I started this thing, you act managing my extras. Yes, because I was not working, and TV. When it comes to actors and extras, they don't need education. Just come. We want
your
you.
Face.
Yes, we want to see your face, and that's how it started. And I decided, no man, I must make a movie about my book, or a series about my book. And Naya, she advised me, woman of God, why don't you?
Yeah.
And I started attending film festivals, and so way to everywhere. Once I see an advert, what kind of film festival, I'll go, because I wanted more knowledge how to start. So I met some guys, Siabong and Lozi. I met him. He was with a KZN film, and I spoke to him. And with one guy, Nico from Limpopo, I spoke to him. I said, no, adapt your book to film. That's what I did. So soon we are shooting the movie. We are done with our auditions and script reading, and I'm casting Mama Clementine Musimane. I'm casting Tumsan Dlamini, Uzonke Zetu, Mkono Imani Gumuvango. Yes, those are the people that I'll be working with, and by the grace of God, Sister Dodi is one of the executive producers of the movie. So, yeah.
Sure, that is amazing. Yo, congratulations, sis.
Thank you.
You can tell that all of this is just the grace of God.
Amen.
There's absolutely no way your things could have just aligned for them to be the way they are if it was not God.
Yeah.
And I do believe that us moving from just a story to a book to now making a movie out of it, it's just so that the goodness of God can be shown out there. Amen. To say, not all is not lost in whatever it is that you go through. You are really writing a book. Every single day of your life is you writing a book. Sure, I'm really looking forward to the movie as well, and also the book.
Okay.
Where do the people get a hold of you on the socials?
Oh, I am only on Facebook, Mpumi Solani.
Okay.
And my WhatsApp number 063-243-7997.
Okay, we'll have that also showing on the screen.
Yes.
I don't know if there's anything else that I'm leaving out because wow. Is there anything you want to add, Mama, before we wrap it up? I'm putting her on the spot.
Me?
Yes.
To her, to that story.
To her or to us or to the viewers at home? a word of, encouragement.
My word of encouragement, yazi, the Bible says God will never leave you nor forsake you.
Amen.
So, history Mpumi, what I like about the story, because I normally ask people, Uguti, you shared your story. How did your life turn? How did you turn around in impilo yako? And the first thing was healing. Healing is a turnaround. And I want to say to someone who maybe in the same experience or going through some stuff, there is a saying, Eti, you are not responsible for your past, but you are responsible for your future.
Amen.
You need to claim back your life, reclaim your life, stand up and do what is necessary, take back your power, do what is necessary to shape your life, because the future is waiting for you. The future is waiting for you. It is not about what happened in the past. Yes, the past is important. It's part of history. But what is important is where you are going. So, Maufana Mpumi, that's what I also tell her. Uguti, it is about shaping your future. So, my word for you is stand up, rise up, take your mat and walk.
Amen.
Thank you so much, Mama. We really appreciate your word of encouragement. And for me, I believe that for as long as there's breath in you, that is enough validation to say you still have a chance to do better every single day. And you are a living proof that actually being able to have breath in you and wake up every day, you can still do better. And there's this thing that I always say that God will never run out of supply of human beings for you. So the people that you meet in your life and they change your life in a positive way, that's just God saying you will never run out of supply. When other people come and go, God will always make sure that he supplies you with what you need for that day. And I do believe that every encounter that you've ever had, it's divinely selected by God to say, on this day, you are going to meet this person who's going to change this area of your life. And with all of that, you are going to use all of that to change other people's lives. And I believe that the book and also the movie is going to do exactly that in people's lives.
Amen.
With that being said, thank you so much for joining in, sis. I really appreciate you. And thank you so much for watching at home, Bazalwane. I love you. I'll see you on the flip side. God bless you. Mwah.